No joke. I had this teacher who was using a 2x4.
like
it was a straight up 2x4.
Hello guys, welcome back to Two Latin Brothers Podcast, the podcast where we talk about our life experiences and entertainment brought to you as a day-by-day comedy. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
And we're back again. Once more, we have missed React Mondays and the vlogs. Reasons being, I'm busy, he's busy, we have lives.
We have lives.
Unfortunately, this doesn't make anything good to keep me sustained and alive. And yes,
I don't know.
I am back.
I mean, it's been a week, you know. I mean, it hasn't really. I mean, to be honest with you, we're recording this instead of a vlog right now.
To be honest with you, we're recording this instead because, well, welcome back to Confusion Part 3.
No, don't start that. Don't
Imagine let's just make this like an ongoing bit for a year.
Confusion Part 43. No, we're not doing
it. Don't tempt me.
No, we're not. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. We're going to talk about something that we recently watched.
We recently watched something?
We recently watched something.
We
did our old fancy trip. You know, we skedaddled into we waltzed, really.
Into something. Whoa.
Into a movie theater. We watched a movie, part of the MCU. I'm sure you can all guess it. No, it's not Iron Man. It's not 2000 something.
2008.
It's not 2008. Get your head on straight. What's wrong with you?
Why is this all rhyming?
Anyways.
Bro, dropping out your bars.
I'm dropping bars. Check out my new mixtape coming out next week. No, don't try. Check.
So it's going to tweet at you?
Yeah. Also, did you find that little clip we inserted last episode? Did you find it? Let us know. Anyways. So we went to go watch something of a little guy. Very small. It's a place in a really condensed area.
Oh,
really condensed area. See, I couldn't even hold the laugh on that one. That was good.
Get to the point.
It was in a really small condensed area. It's been matched with the Inhumans in rating. It's called Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I enjoyed it. I surprisingly gave it the 7.
Yeah.
0.5. And I'm slowly regretting as I see reviews come out because it's going to ruin my reputation.
Okay, but look. Okay, have you looked at the audience review, though?
I don't believe in that. That's just to make myself feel good. That's like the side chick of all ratings.
Side chick of all ratings. No,
I'm
okay,
joking.
Look, no, honestly, I think they're being too harsh on it.
I don't know. I liked it. I mean, like that one big guy who's just like a head, who's you know what I mean? Like, if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. It's a cool thing that you guys, if you've watched the first Ant-Man movie, you'll understand. But if you haven't, then go watch the other two. To know who his girlfriend is.
I mean, you figured that out in the first one.
Okay, relax, calmate. They don't know that.
Anyway,
they probably do.
Okay, what was I getting? There was something I was trying to get at with all this. So
Quantumania.
Yeah,
it's condensed.
I enjoyed it. I don't know.
Are you sure?
I give it a 7.1.
I gave it a saving. Welcome here. Welcome back.
Just trying to save it, guys.
Saving. I don't even know what this accent is, but it's real.
Oh man. Okay. No. Honestly, I feel like they're being a bit too harsh on the film.
Okay, so here's my thing.
But I also keep in mind, how long have we been doing this now? Like, how many years of Marvel movies has it been?
Like 13.
Right, so it's been a minute.
I love how you paused because you doubted me, and then that made me doubt myself. So I don't believe myself anymore.
No, I think it's 14, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you you're wrong.
How many years?
No, I think you're right. Watch it be like 15
has
years
the
already.
MCU.
No, because 2018 was 10 years.
So
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's 15 years of this.
uh,
15 years of
it's been
MCU.
16 years.
It's 15 years.
16 years.
16 years. How
16 years.
how does that even work?
The MCU is a shared universe in which all of the films are set. The films have been in production since 2007.
Okay, yeah, Iron Man started in 2007, but that didn't release till 2008. So what are we talking about here? They're talking about the day they wrote down Iron Man, and they're like, "This is the movie.
This is the moment that they were like, man made of metal. Let's
Nah.
send it.
We'll send it." No,
Cross
okay,
your
so
fingers.
so anyway, I'd say 15 years, but okay, so look, here's the thing. It's been 15 years of basically the same blueprint over and over and over and over and over and over and
I
over
wouldn't
again.
say it over and over and over.
I mean, there's a bad no, like
concept-
it's like heroes, kill bad guy, heroes go on, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like
Was it you who sent me that video with Spider-Man and being like the OP character or something? Or was that just me?
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Anyways, I saw this TikTok.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about how like it's the thing over and over, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a TikTok I saw where it's a bunch of like superheroes, like group teams.
Oh, I think I
Like the
did send you
Avengers,
that.
yeah,
I
like
did definitely send
Avengers.
you that. Yeah.
All of them to fight one guy.
Yeah.
And then like the Justice League, all of them to fight one guy.
Yeah.
And then it's just like Spider-Man fighting the Sinister Six.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man, 6 villains
It
to
takes
fight
6
one
villains.
man.
Takes 6 villains in one man.
To take down
And-
one
and-
man.
And that's why he's so OP. And the only other hero, if you truly think about it, that is like I just gave away the answer. That is like Spider-Man is Batman.
But he's in the Justice League.
Yeah. Spider-Man's part of the Avengers.
Sometimes. When he feels like it.
I don't care.
No, he's a one-man show.
Yeah, but Batman's fought in multiple in comic runs.
Obviously.
He's fought in multiple heroes in one go.
I like the comic book runs where he starts defeating like a big villain like Scarecrow.
Uh-huh.
And then by the end of in the middle of the comic, he's fighting somebody else.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the comic, he's taking down Joker.
Well, yeah.
It's like 3 in like one segment. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
let's do this. Why not? I'm down. Let's go.
It's great.
What was I gonna say? I enjoyed
Going
it.
back to Quantumania.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know. I feel
like it was the right amount of funny
yeah,
with the right amount of action,
right.
with the right amount of like, I don't know. I didn't get any feels.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
it's
any
kind of neutral.
like sad vibes
Right.
at all throughout the entire film. I feel like there could have been a few good moments. There could have been like that person just died, but didn't really happen.
Right.
Like they could have really gotten us attached to like a character
Or two.
or two,
Yeah.
or like everyone. No I'm kidding. And then
Just
got
all
rid
the
of one.
characters.
But like, I mean, there was a loss. But let's be real here. We were just like confused and a little awkward about it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really feel sad. I was just like,
I
good for you.
let's keep going.
Yeah. At least he didn't die as a,
I mean, no. Okay, look. So obviously, there's a lot of mixed feelings toward this film,
yeah.
and then there's the whole like polar. I mean, not to say that Marvel messed up, but then there's the whole thing where they recast Ant-Man's daughter,
Yeah.
and like the way they went about it, a lot of people are kind of upset about that.
Mm.
Like, because I was going through some of the reviews earlier, and this was a thing people kept bringing up.
Yeah.
How the way that they recast Ant-Man's daughter was that they just announced the new casting,
Yeah.
and the actor who used to play her found out
Like that.
through like a tweet.
Yeah.
Like essentially that's what happened. Like someone dropped it. Someone at
Imagine
Marvel
thinking like, yo, I've made it. I'm
Yeah.
part of the MCU.
I'm
And then
set.
just,
and then someone drop a tweet,
yeah.
and it's
That
over.
sucks.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's
I'd be
interesting.
cheesed.
But like, I
be
mean, the
sad.
rationale. No, look, the rationale behind it is like, we need like because obviously like the way that they've been going about the MCU, you can tell where this is going. Obviously, I feel like they're and a lot of people have spoken about this. I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but I feel like Marvel has slowly but quietly, like under the rug sort of thing, been setting up Young Avengers.
Yeah.
So obviously, what they were trying to do was like, okay, we need a famous actor, someone who can carry for a long time.
Yeah.
And someone who's like already well known and established, because the previous actor, she had done I think like 2 other things.
Yeah.
And then the Endgame movie, so it's like, or yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I
it's
guess
like,
that's fair.
So they're like, we need someone who can handle doing this for many a year, right?
Yeah.
So like that was the rationale behind it, and obviously, not to say that. I mean, also the other.
This is business.
Well, look, the other issue too is like the Young Avengers. All the actors for Young Avengers are stacked actors.
Yeah.
Like all of them are like stacked act. Like it's not like just like they're gonna get a
anybody.
Yeah, they have to get like someone who can carry, right? So it's kind of challenging.
So you need like a well balanced team,
right? Yeah, especially when it comes to actors.
Yeah.
Right, because you have Hailey Steinfeld, you have Tom Holland.
Yeah.
You have what's her name?
The girl who plays Cassidy now.
Yeah.
Forgot her name.
What?
Forgot her name.
Oh yeah, I forgot her name too.
Catherine. We're talking about her when we forget.
Catherine something.
Catherine. And then we got
then you have the Florence Pugh, is it? The girl who plays Black Widow now?
Yeah.
And then you have right, so obviously you have all of these like actors, and you have and then you have like the new Avengers who are like, they're doing their own thing, which is like they have the new Hulk already. Which, she's a pretty good... I mean, I don't know if anybody's seen Orphan Black.
Yeah.
I only saw season 1 because I had to for a class.
Yeah. There was...
And then they also, again,
they have Captain America.
They have it with Anthony Mackie, which already was in the MCU already. So, like, obviously, it's kind of hard when you have actors that have done already, like, super dramatic things.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Especially, like, Tom Holland and the Black Widow actor. Both of them have done other things where they've really had to show their repertoire as actors.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like you can just pick up anybody. Same thing with Hailey Steinfeld. She's done a lot of film and even TV shows for Netflix. So it's like, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to like be like, I don't know, maybe.
It's like she can get the job done.
Right. So obviously you have to, and I mean, it must be hard to be in this business.
Oh yeah, for sure. It must be.
Your mic's falling over there. I don't know what you're doing.
It must be super taxing. Not gonna lie. Just give me a sec here.
I'm gonna cut out all his audio, but I'm gonna leave that in there so you can all see how he had to fix that. Also, he's like tangled his cables up, so let's hope the microphone stays plugged in.
Okay.
You get it?
I'm okay.
All right, I left all of that in there and narrated over it. Great.
Okay. Okay.
I can't remember. There's a news show.
Yeah.
Where they have like an arm stand, and the guy's talking, and the microphone's just slowly leaning further and further away from him. Mm-hmm. So he's just leaning forward until he's like on top of the table. It's really funny. I have to find the clip and show you.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other guy who's sitting across was like, dude, just grab the mic. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So going back to Quantumania, I feel that it was still too easy. The whole, like, defeating the bad guy. Because, also, if you're going to the theaters to watch this movie, keep in mind that there's 2 end credit scenes. Don't be one of those people who are like, well, MCU movies,
over and they walk out.
Yeah, over and they walk out. That's a mistake. Don't do that.
Right.
You miss stuff. There's 2 of them. At the end of every MCU movie, just like, if you're not there premiere day, if you're watching premiere day, stay and watch through the entire film.
Right.
Because you have no idea.
Right.
But if it's not premiere day, the likelihood of you.
But usually they announce it over Twitter, like, hey, like, like the actors will like be like, hey, make sure you stick around for like the end credit scene.
Yeah, doesn't mean everybody uses Twitter like that.
No, I know. And then usually, like, I can't remember what movie we went to go watch, where can't remember what there was a specific movie, one of the Avengers movies I went to go watch, where the people at like when we were walking in, like at the theater, were telling people, "Hey, there's 2 end credit scenes, to make sure you stay."
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was one of those things, right? But obviously, I mean, not everybody finds the common ground.
Oh yeah.
With these films, I mean, and I mean, bro, there are people who think the first Doctor Strange movie was super bad.
I mean, it was okay. It wasn't wow. It was good. It was good. It was good. An 8.
There are people who didn't like the Spider-Man movie.
That's understandable.
The first one.
That's completely understandable, and here's why.
Yeah.
We've had 2 other Spider-Mans.
there are people.
The people. See,
no, bro. Let me finish.
For the people who
there are
their
people
first
who
Spider-Man
did not like
watched Toby.
Endgame.
For the people who first watched Toby,
yeah,
they're obviously gonna be like, "Well, Toby was always the best."
I don't.
And then for people who watched Andrew Garfield,
yeah,
we're like, "Okay, well, Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man."
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you something, and it's a little polarizing.
No,
you ready for this?
Don't say it.
Ready?
You're gonna cancel.
Why would I get canceled for
You're
this?
gonna get canceled. I'm gonna make sure you suffer. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, whoa. Okay, look. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say about this. Okay.
You liked Andrew Garfield more.
I'm gonna finish. Okay, if you let me.
I know it.
All right.
How could you do this to me?
Can I finish?
No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
All right. So, I think when it comes down to comic book accuracy, I think Tom Holland has been the best Spider-Man.
Okay.
But when it comes to actors, I will say Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was pretty damn cool.
It was.
Like
it was. It really was.
Like him. Like it's kind of funny because everybody makes a joke where he's just too cool to be playing Spider-Man.
Honestly, like he's just such a cool guy. Like,
That's really the problem. He's just too cool of a
problem.
guy to be like, yo, why are you playing Spider-Man? Like what is this?
It was good.
No, that's really what it is. If we're being honest with each other, like that's just what it is.
Like also like the way they interpreted his fighting style,
Right.
very Spider-like.
Yeah.
Like when he's fighting the lizard.
Yeah.
In the school.
Yeah.
There's
and
a
he's
moment
crawling
where,
all over.
Yeah, he's crawling all over him, webbing him up. I'm like, that's such a spider move.
Yeah.
He truly embraces the arachnid. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I want to see that in Tom Holland, with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like Andrew's suit was more rugged.
Because there was no Tony Stark.
Yeah, well, yes and no. I feel like Tom Holland's suit is very smooth.
Right.
Not like, the lining
Right.
with the webbing.
It's polished.
It's smooth.
All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
This podcast is brought to you in part by Two Latin Brothers Podcast. You thought there wouldn't be a commercial, but there is. So make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll see you guys right now.
And we're back yet again after a repetitive commercial break. To be honest with you, we probably need a new one. We should probably make one.
Bro, if you want to make a new commercial every week, I'm fine with that.
Every week. Okay, whoa. Relax. We can create like 5 and then rotate. Okay.
So I'm going to make a new commercial every week.
We're going to make like 5.
Make a new commercial every
rotate. Because then it'd be 5 weeks until you re-see the one. Cool, huh? So you're really you're hyper focused on that right now.
I'm just trying to make him look straight because he looked like he was leaning this way, and then.
Well, he likes you more.
Okay,
I've always known this.
I'm loved more.
Anyways, we're back, and we've clearly talked about Quantumania and Ignasium, but now,
without actually spoiling anything,
surprisingly, yes,
somehow we pulled that off.
Yeah, honestly, like that whole film. No, you know what I did appreciate from that movie?
Yeah.
The intro song and outro song.
Oh, that was great.
Honestly,
that was the greatest thing.
The song is from an old TV show that a lot of you people probably don't know. It's called Mr. Cotter. Welcome Back, Cotter.
Welcome Back, Cotter.
Welcome Back, Cotter. And that's basically where John Travolta started his career. It's a great show. think it had like 6 seasons or something.
It had like 6 seasons.
Yeah, it was a great show. I loved it.
I didn't even. To be honest with you, I don't even know how many seasons that show got.
Yeah. Give me a sec.
He's gonna look it up.
I'm an
right now.
investigator right now.
He's gonna look it up right now.
Out.
But okay, look, it's just honestly, I can't imagine how much they paid for that. You know what I mean? Like just to use that in the intro, and it's like, it's kind of funny because during the scene, Ant-Man is monologuing in both scenarios. So
no, it's got 4 seasons.
It's got 4 seasons.
It's got 4 seasons.
That makes sense. It's supposed to be. It's in a high school.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
4 years. Whoa! It all plays out. It all checks out.
She did a 5th season with an entirely new cast.
Yeah, the running time went from the running time of the show was September 9th, 1975 to May 17th, 1979.
Wow.
So the 70s. You definitely don't know the show.
You definitely didn't get that. I mean, that was... I mean, I think, what the problem is we're too cultured for these sort of things.
I'm not too cultured. I'm cultured enough. I mean, because there's still some things where, like, it's shown to me, and I'm like...
You don't get it?
No, I don't get it.
It's very... I mean, like, some of the things I miss sometimes, like, a lot of South Park references. Like, sometimes...
TikTok's helped me catch up on a lot of those.
Who?
TikTok?
Right. No. Okay. But what I'm trying to tell you is like there's a few from like the early episodes. Yeah. Well, like people will reference. I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about, because like South Park has been going on for so long.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's like now it's just like.
Did you hear what they did with Meghan Markle?
Yeah, she was complaining about it. And
yeah.
That's the whole thing.
So it was literally just proving what the episode.
I know.
Yeah, it was like
full circle.
Yeah, it was just like,
yeah, I know.
Like, honestly, like, I agree with the fact, like, respect privacy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big advocate for respecting privacy.
Yeah.
Even though I display myself in such a way.
Yeah. But still.
Great job, South Park.
It's one of those.
I mean, like, I wouldn't like to be on that end of the stick. I mean, like, if you don't want to be in the public eye anymore, maybe choose a job not in the public eye.
Right.
But yeah,
it is a mess. It was a mess.
It was interesting.
I don't know. I think they
nailed it. I think they did a good job. I'm sorry. I mean, like, I'm sure there's gonna be a few of those people who are like, no, you're wrong. Kind of right though.
I mean, okay, look.
They wouldn't have made the episode if there wasn't a point.
Yeah, but I mean, also, I think that when it comes to being in the public eye, like, if you want to be away from the public eye, stop posting in the like, stop being in the public eye all the time. Like, that's.
I mean, like, no, yes and no, because there's some paparazzi that do invade.
Of course. That's once you've been in the public eye, that's what kind of happens.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is the fact that in their case, specifically in Harry's case, he's the prince of one of the longest running monarchs on the planet.
Yeah.
He's never gonna get away from that.
Oh yeah, no.
Unless he like buys his own island, you know,
and then chooses to live there.
Right.
And then has like a single guy bring them groceries.
Right. Like that's the only way you get away from it, right?
Also, like that's their state of like income for Meghan's, like,
yeah.
That's her life.
Right.
Being a public figure, pretty much.
Well, she was an actor, so.
She was an actor. In Suits, mind you, the show that we quite enjoyed in my rewatch. I really want to rewatch that show.
I don't understand.
I love and despise the law so much.
That show.
That show teaches you what not to do if you ever run your own firm.
Hire a fake lawyer.
Hire a fake lawyer. Break the rules. You know, reform an entire company just for the sake of, like, not having a change of own. Okay, well, no, I understand that.
Pushing for the change in bylaws.
You know, burying evidence.
Shredding evidence on purpose.
Just because you know they did a crime. You're like, okay, I get what you mean. But, like, do it legally. The law is clear.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. The law is doing its best to be clear.
No, okay, look. The other day, someone was saying how I was like on TikTok.
Yeah.
Someone was saying how the law is clear.
Yeah.
And then this guy pulls out all these books and stacks them up, and you can barely see him.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to reach her. He's like, "What do you mean? The law is like so encumbered now? Like it's hard to know what's even going on."
Yeah. Honestly, there's contradictions sometimes. Actually, no. I'm gonna get called out and be like pointing out a contradiction. So I'm not gonna say that because I'm not.
It's just like
Law.
it's all the scenarios of what if and then like
Yeah, I know.
and like when it comes to like respect to like the client or the plaintiff or whatever, like there's just so much going on now. And like the level of intricacies and the mixing and like what could possibly happen and
Yeah.
just like it's gotten so complicated. You need like a specialist in. This is why we have like property lawyers, finance lawyers, family lawyers.
Yeah.
You know, like business lawyers. Like this is why this has happened.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a wide range of just everything.
Yeah. You can't have a lawyer for everything.
And it's just like,
And if you do hire a finance lawyer to help you out with a family issue,
yeah,
I mean, like, yes, they could help you.
I mean, they probably know
They probably do know.
from that one semester in law school.
But let's be real here. They're going to be cramming the books just to do this solid for you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm pulled up in the station, I'm like, let me call my finance lawyer. And I, like, stole a Kit Kat bar.
It's gonna tell why you pay that 95 cents.
It's going to tell me, why didn't you pay that 95 cents? And I'm going to be like, I ain't got 95 cents. You'd be like, really?
Why are you calling me if you can't even afford?
You can't
me?
afford me. I ain't doing no pro bono. What is this?
Because he's the finance lawyer.
Like, I mean, it's good for reputation,
It's good for reputation.
but still, like,
Oh,
you know what I
man.
mean. Also, if you're looking for some pro bono work, for a voiceover, and you can only pay me what you can, just give me a call.
Here's a quarter.
I'm gonna give you like a minimum rate of 1,000. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that
$1,000 a
good.
minute.
I'm
The
not
most
that good. I'm not that
expensive
good.
minutes in the world.
Yeah, but as of right now, in the financial state of which I'm in, a good rate would be like 50, 20,000. No, I'm kidding.
Like a job?
Huh?
Like a job?
Like a job? Please. No, I'm kidding.
No. Honestly, like there are a lot of things like that. I think that people don't realize how complicated it is.
Yeah.
Like the law is one of those things that is super complicated. Like I remember back in the day when things were easier, maybe because of how young I was. I didn't understand, but
I remember when things were easier. When I was 4.
you were 4.
When I was 4. Great time. You know, they didn't have to worry about much. Just kind of lived.
And everybody was your best friend.
Everybody was my best friend. No one was my enemy. You know what I mean? Like, I just look at you and I'd be like, my friend. And they'd be like, all right,
It's like they
What
were
are we
gonna say no.
let's go make some mud pies later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of lifestyle I had. You know what I mean? I didn't have any trauma.
Trauma.
I was a happy child. I remember everything about my childhood. No, I don't.
It's how boring your childhood was.
Exactly.
No, what is it? We had this conversation in one of my psychology classes where they're like, "Do you remember your childhood?" And this
No.
one girl, no,
But
wait,
you know
wait,
who probably
no,
does?
wait, and this
Let's
one
circle back to Meghan Markle.
girl, wait, listen.
Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Whoa.
Come rewind.
Okay. Whoa.
Take a
I
step back.
apologize. I'm throwing into the fire.
Anyway, what was I gonna say?
I'm putting a retraction.
Oh, what was I trying to say?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about this in a psychology class. How like our professor goes, "Does anybody remember their childhood like really, really detailed?" And this one girl go, and I go, "No." I said out loud like the whole class, "Nah, I barely remember." And this one girl goes, "What do you mean? I totally remember my childhood." And then prof goes, "So guys, she had trauma in her childhood, and he had a great childhood."
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went.
And we all go, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah." He's like, "Because if you remember your childhood, like significantly well, and there isn't chunks of memory, he's like, it's because obviously something happened
Yeah.
that your brain had to remember."
Yeah.
He's like, "But then you have,
It's like,
Adrian
remember
o-
that one time Timmy wronged me? Ever since that moment, I've remembered. My
But
life.
he's like, but then there's Adrian over there who barely remembers anything." I'm like, what are like things you remember? Like, I remember My first day of kindergarten.
You remember the first day of kindergarten?
Yeah. Dude, man, that teacher was so tall.
You know what I remember?
Yeah.
I remember my cubby. Oh, if you don't know what a cubby is, it's like a little wooden slot where you put your jacket and stuff and your own belongings when you arrive. I remember the classroom. I remember what age. I remember nap time and not napping. I remember being slower than everyone else to get more extra playtime. Okay, wait, maybe I do remember kindergarten. I remember there was like a box of paperclip toys, and every time I'd get a lunch break, I'd go to that box of paperclips because for some reason everybody wanted the paperclips, and I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna be the first one. I'm gonna be the first one to get it. So then I'd get it, and then I'd make a really long string of it because there was a lot, and every time I'd get like super far, but I wouldn't get far enough because the break would end because I wanted it to go like across the classroom, but I was never able to do that. Anyways, that's irrelevant.
The intricacies of Victor at 4 years old are just on another level.
Yeah, I didn't want to play with the cars or anything. I really liked those paper clips. They were colored ones too, so I had patterns. Yeah, I was a really smart kid.
I don't know about that.
I mean, like, there was those kids, like, using their fingers to count numbers and stuff, and I was like, I got paper clips.
And colored patterns.
And colored patterns. And there's, like, kids playing with those, like, blocks with the letters on them. No kid actually reads the letters. What's the point of that? Have you ever understood the reason for blocks?
Yeah, it's. I mean, the blocks with the letters on them are not actually to teach you the letters.
They're to familiarize and get your eye commonly.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what's the point? Like, I stack them, I knock it down, and I restack them. Then I knock it down.
When I was in I think grade 1, there was a full box of them.
Yeah.
And this one time,
you built a fort.
We built a fort.
Yeah, that's the only logical thing to do. When you got large objects and they can build on top of each other, you're gonna build a fort.
That's like how I remember at the library they used to have these like square cushion thingies.
Yeah.
That you could sit on.
Yeah.
And they had a whole wall, like a wall high of them.
Yeah.
They had like 40 or 50 of these in the library.
Yeah.
I remember this one time.
Built the fort.
No, it was me. I had to go get something from the library.
Yeah.
And the teacher sent someone else with me.
Yeah.
We walk in the library. There's nobody else in there but us.
Yeah.
So we did the only logical thing to do.
Built a fort.
Built a fort.
Yeah. I mean, like, building forts is fun. I remember building forts. And then like I'd use the side of our couch and this like little ledge, and then I'd put like a paperweight on it, like a blanket over. I almost said savana. If you don't know what a savana is, it's a blanket. I almost put a savana over me. Okay, and then like I just crawl in there, and then I'd put other bed sheets over that savana, just so that way like I could have a door, and then I'd sit in there and I'd be like, oh, I'm so glad I love small spaces. Yeah.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so that was the thing, right?
Yeah, a lot of people are learning things about me right now. Things you don't need to know about me.
What was I saying?
Kind of want to print a retraction on that one. So Meghan Markle.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, I know. I'm really digging myself a grave here. I promise you this is not defamation. She is a great actor. She is a great speaker. She's great with public. She loves to help her communities.
She's great for charity.
She's great for charity.
She's done a lot of charity work.
Honestly, a great duchess in that aspect.
What was I getting at?
Yeah.
I was trying to say something before all of you started like.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta protect myself.
Anyway.
Next thing you know, there's a guy with a sniper. No, I'm joking. She's not that mafia. Oh, wait, whoa. Okay, stop. Someone zip me up. Not in a body bag, I mean, but like, you know what I mean? Like, someone stop me. This is not okay. It's not okay. This is not okay.
What was I saying? There was something I was trying to say before all of this started.
I don't know. I am not at a mental capacity to be saying words.
Okay, well, I was gonna say how. Anyway, back to the library with my fort. So we built our fort.
Yes.
Right, and we're in there, right? and we're hanging out, and we were trying to figure out like if there was a way to make a roof.
Yeah.
Because like obviously there's no way to make a roof, like a logical way to do it. So we figured out that if we move the blocks close enough to the edge, when they tip over, they would hold each other up.
Yeah.
So because they'd be like on an angle and they'd be holding each other up.
Like
so
a teepee.
we did this multiple times.
Yeah.
So we had a roof, and then the librarian came back, and me and this guy were hanging out in the fort.
Yeah.
And then I don't even remember his name, if I'm being honest. It was like grade 2.
Yeah.
So we're hanging out in the fort, and then I remember the librarian like being like, "When did this happen?" Like she said it out loud. "When did this happen?" And she just ignored it and went went deeper into the library. At which point, me and him just booked it.
Yeah.
we
like,
just
oh
we just ran out of the library.
Did your teacher ever question how long you were gone for?
Well, here's
Did
the
you
thing.
even pick up what you needed to pick up?
Yeah, because it was on her desk.
Oh, okay.
So we were told like if the library's not there, just grab it and come back. So it was a book. So we grabbed the book and we grabbed it, but then we saw the olive cushion. We're like, yo, let's build a fort real quick.
Yeah.
So then we did that, and then we proceeded to go back to class with the book. And then I remember we got back to class, and our teacher proceeded to read us that book.
Wow.
Yeah.
No consequences for taking so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun times.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever built a fort. Actually, what we did try doing is building an igloo. I know it sounds so Canadian, right? We tried to build an igloo out of the snow and ice.
Right.
One time, and you actually saw it.
Yeah. I remember that.
I was one time we're walking by it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like to my mother, let's go check it out. I want to see how much it's improved. There was like a bench.
Yeah.
Like you could sit inside the igloo. It was like, I don't know, a good meter high.
Right.
Yeah. It was interesting. That's what we would build.
With the snow.
We built a fortress, not a fort.
Okay. What are you trying to tell me?
That you guys are sad.
I was in grade 2.
So
I had cushions.
you don't think we had minions? No, I'm
I
kidding.
had cushions. I had cushions.
Okay.
That's what I was dealing with.
Yeah. Also, like I remember being like in winter, I loved winter so much because like there'd be like the tall like hills, and they felt so big when I was little. So I was like, I'm climbing Mount Everest right now. Like I'm deep within it. Also, like people would like dig out like little holes on the opposite end of it, so like teachers couldn't see. And then like it's not like we were doing anything sneaky. We were just like chilling outside of parental view.
Outside of parental, away from supervision.
Yeah, and it was so easy to like. I think there was one time. I like snuck out to like have double recess time. And then I got back in, and then, like just luckily another teacher had asked me to do something for them.
Yeah.
So then I also had like a slip.
Yeah.
With like reasoning of why I was late.
Yeah.
So I was like hanging out with people. We did double recess.
Wow.
And then a teacher asked me to help him with something. I helped him. I'm like, oh, I'm obviously gonna be late to class because of this.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, don't worry, let me just write you a little pink slip. And then
You got away with it.
I got away with it.
Right. The amount of times that happened to me. Actually, this is the last story.
Yeah.
Okay, you know how the washrooms used to be like that oval thing? Like the
Oh
sink?
yeah, and then you like press down your foot.
Oh, yeah, and then
like
the water would come out
like a beautiful fountain.
Yeah, okay. So there used to be like this against the wall there was like a soap dispenser.
Yeah.
And you know the hall pass that was like thin paper?
Yeah.
It was like a sheet of paper like that was what do you call that? When it's like wrapped in plastic?
Laminated.
Laminated, right? So
Yeah.
I would stick it on like in between like the thing, between the wall, the soap.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Done it and the wall. There was like a
Yeah.
little gap, and I'd stick the thing in there. I remember this one time I stuck it in there. I put soap on my hands, and then I go to like wash my hands.
Yeah.
I push the thing, and while I push the thing, the hall pass falls from it, and then falls between the sink and the wall.
Okay.
Like there was this tiny little gap,
Yeah.
and it fell right between it,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get it out
Yeah.
because it's just stuck in
Yeah.
there. I'm like, okay, now I gotta go back to class,
Yeah.
and somehow I have to explain how I lost the hall pass. So like, I'm going back, right, And I remember the teacher was like, "So where's your hall pass?" And I'm like, I lost it. And she goes, "Did you even get permission to go out?" Because it was like it was one of those like I think it was like during lunch.
Yeah.
So she's like, "You just left and you didn't have a hall pass, right?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, the other teacher," and I couldn't find her.
Yeah.
She's like vanished. And then I'm like saying the teacher's name. She gave me the hall pass. Like, you can go ask her. And anyway, we end up going. She ends up taking me after lunch. She's like, "Come with me." She's like, "Let's go to the washroom. Let's find the hall pass."
Yeah.
So we go back to the washroom. I'm like, "Look, it's stuck in between here. You can see it."
Yeah.
And I remember her like peering through like the edge of the. She's like, "There is a hall pass stuck in there." I'm like, "That's what I'm trying to tell you." Like, she's like, "How'd you get the hall pass in there?" And I was like explaining to her how like I'd hang it and then like it fell. Yeah. And she's just looking at me like, "Don't ever do that again." I'm like, "Okay, shit, go back to class." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I was just trying to explain.
There was like moments where like I'd be walking.
Yeah.
And I'd be like in a slight rush.
Yeah.
And then there'd be like someone coming at me in a slight rush.
Yeah.
And then I'd like do like a little spin around them, just like keep walking. And there was one time, a teacher stopped me.
Yeah.
Made me walk back.
Yeah.
And then say excuse me to the person, which took double the amount of time.
Yeah.
Than if I had just kept walking. I didn't push anyone. I didn't touch anyone. I didn't even acknowledge the person, and the person didn't even acknowledge me. And they made me walk back. And then just go. I'm like, that's abuse of power.
I used to get in trouble for running in the halls all the time.
I caught one of the teachers running in the hallway one time.
Actually, this one.
Like,
Okay.
I caught a teacher like not jogging.
Yeah.
Not power
Sprinting.
walking. Full on sprint.
Okay, so one time. So this is actually kind of funny. When I started volunteering at your school again.
Yeah.
After I had left and everything, and I was already in college.
Yeah.
Me and the grade 2 teacher.
Yeah.
So I know who it is. She's like, I gotta go get something from the gym. She's like, "You want to come help me?" Yeah. And I'm like, "Okay." And then the bell rings, and she's like, we were coming back, right? Yeah. She's like, "We're gonna be so late." And then I'm like, "Okay." And she's like, "This is between you and me, okay?"
You're
I'm like, "Okay."
This right now.
And we flew down this. We just ran so fast
to
the other end of the school so we could pick up the kids from like recess.
Yeah.
We flew to the other end, and it was so funny. And we got to the end, and she's like winded. She's like breathing heavy. I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Go in your class, collect yourself. I'll get the kids." And she's like, "Okay, thanks." But it was like one of those moments where like she turned and looked at me. She's like, and then after at the end of the day, she's like, "You know what's crazy?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "When we were running in the hall," she's like, "all I could think about was all the times I made you walk back running in the hall." Like, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, I'm running right now in the hall with the teacher who used to make me walk back all the time.
Yeah. Like, what was the point of that?
It's just it's like a safety thing. It's because if there's because it's all marbled flooring. So, like, if you step on something and you slip and you hurt yourself, the school's liable for that.
Well, obviously,
right.
But I mean, like, if the floor was wet.
Right, but what I'm trying to get... I mean,
students would fall and hurt themselves not even running. So
I know, but what I'm trying to say, what they were trying to do is prevent that. Yeah. So that's why they made that a rule. They're like, if you hurt yourself, like, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, we did everything in our power to prevent it. Sort of.
There's a lot of things where I'm like, that wasn't necessary.
Right.
Like...
But also, imagine everybody just running around everywhere. Like, it'd be a disaster.
Like the sign-out sheet.
Okay, we're getting too deep into this. Like, let's wrap this up. The silver line.
Okay, that's just prison.
Okay, no.
But
wrap it up. Wrap it up.
The sign in and sign out sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd sign out. All right. Well, no. From the beginning of the class, the year starts.
He's gonna go deep into this. Yeah.
This class starts. By the fifth time that you've seen this sign-up sheet, you know it's gonna disappear.
Right.
You know some kid's just gonna yank the paper, hide the clipboard, and you're never gonna see it again.
Right.
And then you're just gonna maintain a hall pass.
Yeah.
Right. And then so we do this for a good 3 weeks.
Right.
And then I knew I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I realized why the sign-up sheet was important.
Why?
There was a kid who had broken one of the stalls, and the way to determine what the student had done was to sign in and sign out. Since you could see what time students were out,
time frame of when they were gone,
you could determine what student did it.
Wow.
And I was just like, okay, that wasn't a part of my class, but that was part of someone else's class. So guess what happened?
They found out.
No. It happened in another student's class,
right?
And we had already gotten rid of ours,
right?
We took the paper, we hid it, the stash, and all.
Right.
We got a new one,
Oh, of course.
And then there was those teachers who would like, they'd lose all the hall passes.
Yeah.
So there was always that one kid
Yeah.
who would leave, come back. It's like, I don't know. It's like, well, what'd you do? I went to the bathroom. Okay. Did you leave it in the bathroom? I don't know. Like, what? And then now the teacher has to use some kind of inanimate object
Yeah.
as like the hall pass.
Yeah.
Like I remember this one time I had to use like a 2-pound weight.
No joke. I had this teacher who was using a 2x4.
Like on like
It was a straight up 2x4.
And like the thing is,
on it, like it was like a straight up 2x4, and on it it's like hall pass, like in big bold letters.
yeah, like and then there's like some teachers that like paper hole it.
Bro,
and then they run a string
you gotta wrap up.
Give me a sec. They run a string.
Right at a
they
time.
like use a paper hole in it, right? And they run a string in it. It's like it's a necklace. You know, like
running
there's
out of
no
time,
way
man.
you can lose it. And that one kid would still be like, oh, like it's so frustrating.
Bro, you gotta wrap up.
Man,
wrap up.
I'm so glad I'm not a teacher.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
can
thank you
you
to all my
wrap up?
teachers, honestly. Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe. Everything's in the comments down below. Well, not in the comments, in the description down below. So make sure you leave a comment and share with your friends. Make sure you share with your rooster, share with your donkey, share with your llama, share with your chinchilla, share with your moose. I don't care who you share with everybody and everything. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Bye.